I want to welcome you all back to another episode of Girl Behind the Mic. This episode, I want to talk about happiness, actually. Um, now, I don't mean like flowers and rainbows and all that bullshit. I just mean like content, so to speak. Are you content with yourself and the things that you do on a daily basis? Are you content with your life? And if not, what are the steps that you are taking to change that? I was ear hustling on someone's conversation and I overheard them say, I want to die happy. You know, like I've been living for so long and I have my daily routine that I do. And, I work and I do this and I do that, but I still want to just die happy. And it made me think, like, damn. First of all, I probably shouldn't have been listening to this person's conversation, but I couldn't help myself because it was a really interesting one. Um, but besides the fact, it made me think, damn, I have this routine that is set up and I do it on a daily basis. And I'm sure everyone else does too. And your routines may start off at whatever time you wake up in the morning. Mine is either between 4 and 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm up. I try to get a workout in and I try to, do some tasks that I know I wouldn't be able to do before I go to work. And it made me think, like, damn, like it's become like a routine. I know what I'm going to do and I know when I'm going to do it. And I necessarily don't want it to be like that because, people should take time out of their day. If you hear the siren, I am so sorry. I'm actually recording this in my car right now. But people do things on a daily basis and it becomes this routine that they don't even realize that they have established. And we've become so content with it. Like it's okay, and it's not okay. It's really not okay. I'm not saying that I'm going to die unhappy or anything because that's definitely not the case. But when this person said that, it made me think, like, damn, am I doing all the things that I want to do? Like, if other people too, I wonder if everybody in the world, well, no, I can't say everybody in the world, but a lot of these people that you see on a daily basis, you think about it. You ask them, how are you doing? And they say what? Oh, I'm good. How are you? That's like the general response to, I'm going to say I'm good. And deep down on the inside, I may not be. I may be struggling with something. I may be trying to figure out, what I'm going to do. And I can't figure out how to do it. And it just really sunk into me, like, I need to change some things. I need to switch up my routine a little bit more as far as the things that I do. Now, I have a lot on my plate, and I'm sure everyone else in the world does too. I work 40 hours a week. And on top of that, I still have other hobbies that I like to partake in, you know, and those things take time for me to do. They take a lot of research and they take a lot of planning. So I have to so called plan out my day to get these things done. But I noticed that I started taking more time for myself and saying, okay, that can wait. I could put that off. Why? Because I'm tired right now. Or I'm tired of staring at my laptop. I'm having trouble figuring out a design for something. So I close it and I go on and I do something that's going to make me feel a little bit better. Whether it be leave my house and go out for food or whatever the case may be. Even as far as traveling and going places. This past weekend, I left and I wouldn't wait for the weekend. Why? Because I felt like it. Why? Because I needed to do it. Now, I'm not saying you have to travel and go far and get on a plane or do anything like that, but get out of your habitats that you're always in. Get out of that routine that you always are doing. Break it, switch it up a little bit. Even if it's for a day, or if you don't have a day, even if it's for some hours or whatever the case may be. Just break up that routine so that you can take your mind off of the things that you do on a daily basis. That constant repetition of this, go to work, get on the freeway, clock in at this time, leave at this time, go home, make dinner, do this, do that. You see, it's like a pattern. You know what you're going to do, even if you set your alarm. That alarm is basically the start of that same routine. Now, I'm not saying don't set your alarm, because I don't want nobody talking about, oh, I'm late because Tony told me to turn off my alarm. That's your fault. You need that alarm to get up in the morning. But at the same time, maybe set your alarm for a little bit earlier so you can fit something in out of the ordinary that you probably wanted to do but could never get done because you never had enough time to do it in the first place. So make a little bit more time to do that. Take a little bit more time for yourself to do the things that make you happy. And it could be the smallest thing, from going to walk in a park or going to ride or whatever hobby you like to do that you gave up on, that you wanted to start again. Do those things, because at the end of the day, that person that I was ear hustling in that conversation was totally right. I want to die happy. All the money in the world that you've probably worked so hard for, with that same routine, and you're not happy. You're probably sitting somewhere in a living room looking at somebody that you probably don't even like to be around. But you do it because why? It's routine. It's what you're used to. Or you go to work and you sit behind your desk, or whatever you do for work, and you do it because you have to do it, because you have bills to pay, obviously, but you're not happy. So what are you going to do to actually make yourself happy? I'm not saying quit your job, because I ain't got no money to be giving you, okay? So what can you do to actually break up that routine a little bit, to make yourself a little bit more happier, to feel a little bit more accomplished? If there's a class that you need to take or you've wanted to take, now is the time to be doing that. I don't care what they say about the world opening, okay? I'm not here for it yet. So I will continue to stay low key and wear my masks and do things under the radar. So I have a bunch of classes that I'm taking. I have learned so many new trades and so many new things during this whole pandemic. And I'm happy to say that I did that. I have a lot of different hobbies now, and I like it because I decided that I needed to step out of my box and do things that actually made me happy, now that I think about it. And I want to continue doing that, because at the end of the day, when you're gone, you're gone. And when someone writes my obituary, I don't want them to say, Tony lived a good life, and it be a lie. I don't want that. I want it to actually be true. And I hope that person that I was actually ear hustling on, I hope they feel the same way at the end of the day. I hope that they are doing things to make themselves happy And if they are not, I hope that they start doing that. And that goes for everybody else. Um, if you're listening to this and you were thinking about something along the lines, this is your sign. This is your sign to get out and do what the fuck it is that you want to do to make you happy. If there's somebody that you don't want to be around, tell them kick rocks. If it's a job that you're just fed up with, and you want to say kick rocks to your job, please do it, in a professional way, and put your 2-week notice in. Don't just walk out. And I hope you have something aligned to where you can substitute that income, whatever hobby it is that you choose to do, whether it be photography, or I don't care if you are making bongs at this point. Whatever it is that you choose to do, let it make you happy and put a smile on your face so that you feel accomplished. And if you're struggling to do it, just know that at the end of that struggle, I'm sure you'll have a smile on your face because you accomplished something. Just like me getting through this podcast right now. I did it, I accomplished it, and I'm just going to post it as it is. I'm starting to do that more and trying not to be such a perfectionist with things. So, I will be uploading this in the next 10 minutes. And it is 7:55 right now, and I gotta go clock in for work. So, on that note, do some shit that make you happy, okay? Take this as a sign.